Got some hot takes here for you. Let's do it. Now, the Celtics, they paid Jaylen Brown all of that money in that Supermax contract, making him the highest paid player in NBA history. And I don't knock it. I think it's great for the Celtics. I like it. I'm happy for the man, all of that. But immediately, a lot of people and critics are out there saying he does not deserve this contract. They say based on what he did last year in the NBA playoffs, he does not deserve this much money. He does not deserve a Supermax. And I tell to respond to all of that, Jaylen Brown has been fantastic over the past few years. I understand in that Miami Heat series in the closeout game and the 76ers, he didn't play as well as we wanted him to. He wasn't as consistent as we wanted him to. He wasn't as aggressive as we wanted him to be. But understand something, because the year before that against the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, that man played his ass off. Why are we bringing up the play in that situation? Because we do all this talk of Jason Tatum showed him up or he just needed a little bit of help. But going back to that finals against the Golden State Warriors, the conversation was switched around. It was Jaylen Brown just needs a little bit of help from Jason Tatum. Every year, every few years, or every year that these guys hit the playoffs, it's something that's the same conversation but switched around between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Last year, it was Tatum is better. Brown needs to step up. The year before that, as I mentioned with the Warriors, it was Brown is better and Jason Tatum needs to step up. Both players are amazing and they're going to get their championship at some point, but they're both still in their early 20s. So it's plenty of time for them to get it together and get it together with one another. Now, I know it's a lot of money, but Jason Tatum still has to get paid as well, which he will. And because he had the better recent season in the postseason, I'm sure they're going to make sure he is well taken care of. So the key thing between this deal and the Boston Celtics is you want to keep those two guys together. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you want to keep those two guys together, because if not, it's going to ruin a conversation that could have been about championships. I'll put it that way. It's going to ruin a conversation of how many rings could these guys have gotten if they stayed together. Now that they're all the way developed, they're fully matured in the game of basketball, how many rings could they have won? I want to see this play out, and I want to see them actually go get rings together. So I think it was a great move for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown is definitely well-deserved for this amount of money. I know he didn't play as well as we wanted him to last year, but over the past few years, he's been consistent in the regular season, and he was also consistent in the playoffs as well. But this is something that grows as time continues to prove itself and as he continues to play in the NBA.